everyone, it's Cathy Zielske for Simon Says Stamp, coming to you from the craft/dining room. Today I have a bonus video for you in our 5 Ways in 5 Days series. My topic, organization. Today I'm going to share 5 fabulous tools for helping you get organized wherever it is that you create. Let's take a look. The first organizational tool that I love is this brush and tool organizer from Simon. Look at how fun this little gadget is. And the cool thing is it will hold all of my brushes, the small ones and the large ones. And the other thing is too, like you can pick this up and move them around, and look at this. They don't fall out, so they're in there really well. You can have this where you create and just pull out your brushes as you need them. Or you can easily just pick them up and put them over on a shelf if that's where you're going to keep them. But I think it's really cool. So when I first got this, I thought to myself, all right, what else could we do with something like this? Which led me to get a second one. I also use this holder for my most reached for tools, whether it's a pencil or an embellishment wand or my little yellow handled scissors, brushes to brush away embossing powder, reverse tweezers, or a Teflon bone folder. These are tools that I reach for on every card project that I make. And so this little gadget just sits right off to the side. I keep it just off camera as I am working on my projects. So whether you are looking for tool storage or a really cool way to store your brushes and have a beautiful display to look at, and look at that, they don't come out. They stay in there. Oh, I love it. This is a fantastic tool for getting organized. The organization train steams ahead with Positively Everything storage boxes. These are 5.5 by 6.25 by 2-inch boxes. You get 3 inside a package, and these can be used for so many different things. One of the things I love them for is when I finish cards and I'm not sure what I want to do with them before I send them or before I go ahead and, find an envelope, I will just take cards and keep them in here without having them wrapped in plastic. It keeps them all nice and neat until I'm ready to either take one out to send or take them out to pair with an envelope to put in another area where I keep cards. Very easy to see what's in here. And again, these are really easy just to put together. I have another one here to show you. Check this out. You can also use them for craft supply storage. So let's say you want to have markers. Well, maybe you don't have a large collection of Copics. Copic sketch markers fit in here great. These are the aqua pens from Spectrum Noir. But this is another thing that you can use them for. Just general crafty tools, especially if you're like me and you are working in a space in your house that maybe isn't a full-on customized craft room. I'm in a dining room, so having little areas to store things and tuck things away is a really good thing to have, and that would be great for this. Or you can just use them for general craft supplies. For example, let's say you just have a place for a few embossing powders and some brushes. Maybe you don't have the full brush set and you don't need them all, but you can use this little box to do whatever type of storage that you want to do. Really, it's up to you. They're very easy to put together, as I said, and then of course, you got these cute little boxes ready to house whatever you desire. The next organizational tool are these Positively Everything cardstock sleeves. These are a heavy-duty weight plastic. You get 6 clear sleeves. They are 9.5 inches by 12, and you can keep cardstock or papers. You can even keep projects together if you like. Let me show you how I have been using them. I have been slowly transferring all of my Simon Says Stamp cardstocks into these pockets. And here's what I love about them. Number one, I will label so I know which is which. But the part that's so cool is it's very easy to reach in and grab paper, but also any scrap that you have, you can just pop right in here so that when you come to a project and you say, boy, I wish I had a scrap of green apple, whatever sizes you have left over, keep them in your pockets. And here's what's cool. I'm just keeping these flat on a shelf, but they will also stand up really well too. So if you want to keep them upright in a box or some other kind of storage, they're great for that. Another thing I have been loving these for is my specialty papers. So whether it's heat safe acetate, matte gold cardstock, my vellums, more matte, and see, there's that little ability to just pop that little scrap in. This has been fantastic for all of my specialties. Here I have the 130-pound heavyweight white. I have all of my Simon holographics. I also keep some Tim Holtz watercolor distress full-size sheets. And then I also have some fun champagne glitter, white glossy cardstock, and white glitter again. So here's the thing. They are fantastic for whatever type of cardstock or specialty paper you have to organize. And ever since I started keeping my specialty papers together, I find I'm using them a lot more. And also, I'm saving the precious scraps and not wasting things at all. So check out these pockets. They are fabulous for getting your paper organized. Next are the Positively Everything clear pockets. Now these, you get 10 in a pouch. And what's cool about these is, I'm going to open this up here and take a couple out, take one out in particular. You can use these for so many different types of things. One of my favorite things to do, and I have been migrating all of my pouches for my sentiment strips. I am obsessed with Simon Says Stamps sentiment strips. I design a lot of these for Simon, and what's great is you can take them out, and when you trim them down, you still have leftover pieces, right? So these pouches are just so great for putting in all the extras, and then everything stays together very neat and tidy. And then, of course, here's the other cool thing. You can also use one of these boxes for your sentiment strips. Let's see if we can fit that in there. Oh, yes, we can. And that would close up. I actually think that's a really good idea. I may have to do that. But moving on, here's another thing you can do with these. You can take out some of your stamp sets. So maybe you have a 4x6 stamp set like this one. You can pop it in here, and you could put the dies in the back and then close that up, and you're ready to save a stamp set. Of course, if you have smaller stamp sets too, that would work best because it's just barely fitting in there. Sometimes you might have to trim a little bit off, but you can store stamps, and you could also use them to store dies. So you got your dies here. And if you even have little magnetic sheets to put them on, or you could just drop them into the pouch, fold them down, put a label on them, and you're good to go. So these can really be for anything you want. You could even keep a single card in here while you're working on it if you just wanted to make sure nobody came in and spilled hot cocoa on it. Ask me how I know that one. Anyway, I love these pouches. Again, you get 10 in a pack, and whatever you want to do with them, maybe you'll be like me. Another thing you can use the clear pockets for is any specialty papers you have. Sometimes I'll get some papers like this holographic rainbow paper, and I don't really have a specific place to keep it. So that way I can keep it inside one of these pockets, and that way it stays nice and neat and is ready for use. But I think I'm going to transfer every single sentiment strip I have into these clear pockets. So good. The next organizational tool are our mesh pockets from Simon Says Stamp. These are really heavy duty plastic with wonderful zippers, right? Very well constructed. Got the cute little paw on there and our cute little label. And now we have multiple colors, and these are great for pretty much anything you want to store. I'm going to show you a couple things that I do. Let's take a look at one of mine. One of the things that I will do is I will store my kit contents. So if I get the Simon Says Stamp card kit, I'm going to show you here. Once I start playing with them, and a lot of the times I will do unboxings for Simon Says Stamp, and then I will keep my kit contents together. Ooh, got a little Tim Holtz key in there. Just so that everything is where, see, waste not, want not. I keep all of my papers, but you can keep everything together in one of these mesh bags. And then I keep them stacked actually vertically on a chair off to the side of my little crafting area that I work. And I know that anytime I want to go back and use contents for the kit, I've got everything here. So that is one thing you can do. And I have done that with all of my Simon Says Stamp card kits because, again, once I have a kit and oh, look at all that paper too. Oh my goodness, so good. Once I have a kit, I like to keep the contents together so I can keep going back and making more projects with things from the kit. Again, these are great. Zip it up and you're good to go. Another thing I'll do with these pouches is when I get new products that I want to try. Now, in this case, these are products that I designed for Simon Says Stamp, but I'll get new stamps and I will put them before they're packaged and labeled, and they're just some things that I want to work with. I will keep my new purchases inside a pocket. Sometimes I'll break it up by manufacturer too, but that way it's a really nice way for me to keep track of the new things in my craft space so that I don't overlook them. Because we all know what it's like to buy something and then you forget you have them. So having a few of these pouches devoted to the new products coming into your crafty space, that is one thing that I love these pouches for. A little side note, I have noticed that my husband tends to take these. He's an elementary school teacher. And the other day I asked him, did you take one of my little pouches? And he said, yeah, is that okay? Yeah, okay. Anyway, it's a great little tool for getting organized or crafting on the go. These pouches are fantastic. So definitely check them out if you're looking for a fun way to keep your crafty supplies and projects together. Last but not least, this Swatches stamp set is one of my favorite sets from Simon Says Stamp. I actually bought the original that I have, which is in a drawer tucked away, when I first started making cards so that I could create swatch samples of my inks. All you need, you can pick whichever style you like, if you want to see it in a pattern, if you want to see it solid. I always do solid. You just pop this on a block, take your ink pad, let's see, I'll start here with guava, and ink up the stamp, and then press. Now, there's so many ways you can create swatches for your inks, right? And you can put these on little note cards. You can put them into little coin pocket holders, whatever you like to do, and it just wipes clean. And I always kind of give it a little wipe as well. But these are so great. In fact, let's grab a different one here and I'll show you how fun that is. I just think if you don't know what your inks look like, you know, you're less apt to use them. At least that's the case for me. So let's try the next one. And I'm actually just going to rub my hand over this to condition it a little because this one hasn't been used. And then we'll take our next color, watermelon, ink this up, and come in and stamp like that. And then you get an idea of what a pattern would look like. That is very cute, actually. Okay, wipe that clean and then move on to the third one. Let's try a different one just to see what that looks like. I never do the patterned ones. I think they're very cute, but this is a really fun way to create samples so you can have a little resource library so that you know whatever inks you have, what they look like. Now, I should have conditioned this stamp a little. They stamp better and better over time, but there you can see what that looks like. Let me show you what I've done recently for my Simon Says Stamp Positively Everything inks. I've created swatch charts so that I know what all of my colors look like. And I just have used the solid swatch stamp for all of them. This is actually a free download that you can get, and we'll have more information listed below. But if you want to know what your colors are, you can totally do this. And you can cut them apart, punch a little hole, put them on a ring, whatever you like. And I promise if we release more inks at Simon Says Stamp, I will update the charts. But hopefully you can check out the swatch set and start creating your own swatches today. I hope this inspires you to check out some of the products highlighted in today's video. If there's one thing I know for sure, it's when I'm organized, I tend to have more fun when I'm creating. If I have to dig through my craft/dining room and search for hours to find one thing, I might not be as productive. But having the right tools on hand to stay organized, it makes the process of creating so much more fun. I hope you've enjoyed this 5 ways in 5 days video, and we'll see you back here with more videos on the Simon Says Stamp YouTube channel soon.